People felt really bad for him as he spoke to the media about his missing wife, pleading and begging for her to come home and be with him and their 2 children. But the truth was much darker than anyone could believe.
Did you kill Lindsay?
Wait and find out. Let's wait and find out.
In 1995, the beautiful and bubbly 17-year-old Lindsay Wilson found out she was pregnant with her high school boyfriend. That relationship would soon end, and when 17-year-old Lindsay was 5 months pregnant, she met the 20-year-old Mitchell Quai. There was an instant connection. He quite literally swept her off her feet, and within 5 weeks of meeting, the two would be married. But almost immediately after getting married and Lindsay's daughter was born, Mitchell completely changed. Not only was he constantly cheating on Lindsay, but he was also super controlling and abusive. He would have these violent, angry outbursts out of nowhere. Lindsay and Mitchell would break up. There was actually one point where Mitchell moved out of the house and moved back into the house 7 times within a 4-month time span. He would always find a way to worm himself back in. There was one time after the two had gone back together that Mitchell convinced Lindsay that he had changed, and the two got pregnant with a child of their own. But when Lindsay was only 4 months pregnant, Mitchell got so angry that he just completely destroyed the place that they were renting. He ripped doors off the hinges, smashed all the windows, he destroyed their furniture, and even smashed up their car. And Lindsay's family was aware of Mitchell's abuse, and they would try to support her all the times as she said that she was going to leave him, but it was frustrating because she would always go back. Regrettably, they would eventually distance themselves from Lindsay a tad, which only isolated her more in this abusive marriage. On October 22nd, 1998, after spending a little time with her sister, Lindsay secretly gave her sister a note begging for help. Unfortunately, nothing would be done in time because less than 2 months later, on December 15th, would be the last time that anyone would ever see 21-year-old Lindsay alive. But it wouldn't be until February, 53 days since anyone had seen Lindsay, that the 21-year-old mother of 2 would be reported missing. But it wouldn't be her husband, Mitchell, that reported her missing. It was by a concerned social worker. When Mitchell was questioned, he said on Christmas Eve, Lindsay went out drinking with some friends. She didn't come home until really early the next morning on Christmas around 7 a.m. She was out of her mind, intoxicated. She packed a bag and left, and that was the last time he ever saw her. But he said that his wife was very much still alive because he had seen her out and about in town, which is interesting because no one else had seen her. And everyone that knew Lindsay said that she would definitely not leave her children. She loved her children. She especially wouldn't leave them on Christmas morning, and especially not with an abusive man like Mitchell. During the 18-month investigation, Mitchell did plenty of on-camera interviews, and he seemed to really like the attention. He was really playing into this role of the grieving, abandoned husband, left to care for 2 children all by himself. And at first, the public had a lot of sympathy for him. But the more that he would do these interviews, the more he started to show his true colors. He was super arrogant, and the public turned on him. They thought that he killed his wife, but he would stick to his story.
Have I made up the story that I've just told you? Well, one day everyone's going to find out, aren't they? I didn't do it. I haven't done anything to Lindsay. I'm not capable of doing something like that. Like I say, I'm not going to sit here and start saying yes and no to stupid things, stupid questions I've already answered 1,000 times.
And just say again, and it's not a stupid question, it's a very serious question. Did you kill Lindsay?
Wait and find out. Let's wait and find out.
He was also constantly smiling and laughing and making jokes, which really rubbed people the wrong way. There was one interview where he said he was so mad at Lindsay for leaving him with 2 children that he wouldn't even piss on her if she was on fire. He also said that he deserved an apology and money from the people that were accusing him of killing his wife. A year after Lindsay was reported missing, Mitchell was arrested on fraud charges because he was illegally signing Lindsay's signature to try to steal money from her bank account. But there was still no evidence that he had actually killed her. But after 18 months of investigating and knowing that Mitchell had killed Lindsay, the investigators, they quite literally had enough. And they brought Mitchell in for questioning, and they questioned him for 36 hours straight until he cracked and confessed. He said that on December 16th, Lindsay told him that she had finally had enough and she was filing for divorce, and he just snapped. He strangled her. And then afterwards, he called over his younger brother Elliot because he was a butcher, and together, the two of them dismembered 21-year-old Lindsay's body in the bathroom. And all of this happened while her 2 young children were in the house. And then afterwards, they disposed of her body in different locations. Unfortunately, to this day, not all of Lindsay's body has been found. Mitchell, at 25 years old, was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum sentence of 17 years, and his younger brother Elliot was sentenced to 4 years in prison for his role in dismembering Lindsay. And personally, if you ask me, I do not think 4 years is enough time at all. Mitchell first was up for parole in 2017. As of right now, he's been denied parole 3 times. He will likely be up for parole again sometime early 2025. But this would unfortunately not be the only tragedy in this family, because after learning what happened to his baby sister, Lindsay's brother, 24-year-old Peter Wilson, unalived himself in 2001. My heart truly goes out to all of Lindsay's loved ones, her children, her parents, who lost 2 of their children in the span of like 3 years because of Mitchell's actions. And I especially think of Lindsay's 2 children. I truly hope the best for them and wishing the best for them. If you watched the end of this video, thank you so much. I'm so sorry I've been kind of MIA the past week. There's been something I've been dealing with in my personal life, but I should be back to my normal uploading schedule now. If you guys celebrated this past recent holiday, I hope you guys had a great holiday, and I'm so thankful to each and every single one of you.